and welcome back to War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. This is my I haven't recorded for I don't know 5 or 6 days now. Um, First of all, I didn't have the turn for a while, but I got under the weather, and you could probably still hear it in my voice, so I apologize for that. But just no energy, and I didn't want to damage your ears with cough. So let's see how this goes today, and hopefully not have too much trouble or challenge, and maybe everyone can hear me and enjoy the playthrough. So let's carry on here. So not really any good successes here. Not great successes with our subs, but we're hitting this airfield here where he has some air units at what is that, Chunfon? And yeah, let's fast forward here. Okay, several Dinas, a Tojo, maybe more than that. Now, let's see how we get through these Nicks. We have 15, let's see. Okay, we didn't take any losses, but the fact that he fought us, or engaged us, we may lose some accuracy here, but we still hit some things. And carrying on, there we go. He should know we're gonna, well, which is why he defended it, that we're gonna try to do something there um, with that base. Okay, he knows he. Pardon me. He knows we're reconning Chumfon. He knows we know that there's air units there. So he's gonna assume we're gonna bomb day or night, and so he's gonna defend it. And looking here, we really hit this base pretty hard. I'll be unloading next tomorrow, the 22nd, and presumably also shock attacking. So I wanted to soften it up a little bit. And we're going to bomb as well. We're just not getting into the valuable ships. His ASW's doing a great job today, so far today. Sorry, I just realized the level at which the volume was. For the most part, I'm going to just let you watch and observe the summaries after, and since it's routine stuff, I'm going to spend a lot of energy and terrible voice on it. I will say this is me bombing the airbase so that he can't repair the forts. That's the primary purpose of that. Plus, we damage his supply of whatever he still has in that hex. Wow, that's pretty devastating. All right, I lowered the bombing, what do I want to say, altitude there over Servite to kind of experiment with how high his flak is shooting. And we're still not taking any damage, so it looks like we should be okay to keep bombing at a more accurate level. So no successes by our subs today. That's unfortunate. That's crazy. I know it's subject to fog of war, but that's insane right there. Alright, some Merchant Marine. Ooh, that'll be cool. I'll take a look at those too. Okay, because of our night bombing here, I wanted to put this in the video. We destroyed 7 there at Chumfon. 1 flak destroy. And we lost a bunch of ops losses. I don't know where that'll be, but we'll take a look. So, let's see, a lot of Dinas and 2 Tojos. This may be fairly accurate, although it looks like he should have 10. We only see 9 here. He lost a Zally and a 0, but what did we lose? Wow, okay. All these are ops. Actually, I wanted to look here. 1 flag. Did he have... Oh yeah, 1 flag. So that was the flag there. So we lost Liberator, Commando, Recon, Air Transport, Bombers, and fighters. Likely one of those sweeps. And then, but clean on the pilot losses. And shouldn't be any ships lost for either side. So I guess that's it. Well, I'm going to jump right in and start prepping the term. So I'll see you back here on the 22nd. All right, we're back on the 22nd of October, 1943. Okay, I scheduled a bombardment here, but that's a shame. But fortunately, we didn't take any damage, and he doesn't have very much in the way of coastal guns anyway. It'd still be nice to get some of that shore bombardment off, but looks like he's catching us without. Man, we're just not getting into his stuff now. He's got some serious ASW action. All right, so we're in here again, and yeah, we lost our INS. So it looks like he's got destroyers parked there. That's all right. So I'm hearing from people in the comments that I should do a U.S. Navy raid in the Bay of Bengal or Andaman Sea, whatever you want to call it. And I think I'm going to do that. I have a single carrier task force that's starting to think about going that way. And I'm still debating, do I wait for the full fleet and just hit it with like my epic, as I've heard it said by other people, called by other people, Death Star, or do I just go with some carrier escorts or escort carriers and some other vessels? And again, I could bring right now 1 fleet carrier, 2 light carriers, and several escort carriers. Or I can bring the whole carrier group. So I know the whole carrier group would be overkill. But it would also ensure that we don't lose. See, we could do it with what we have, but we would run into risk of him. We could run the risk of him bombing. Sorry, yeah, getting through a few bombers and hitting our carriers. And then we'd be split. We couldn't do this. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Monado thing first. Then we'll just take the hold. Then we'll slink away. That's what we'll do. He won't expect it. If we hit Monado, take it, and sneak away. He'll probably think we're still in the Dutch East Indies, and we'll show up over here after a few, probably 2 to 3 weeks or so. Alright, this is just us trying to beat up his units because I do want to attack, but I'm trying to remember. It's been a few days. I'm trying to remember why nice. Like what I was thinking of for attacking. If I'm saving it for a few days, something like that. Looks like I need to shift everybody to attack the light industry because the oil is pretty much right there. And sorry about my voice, it's still a little off, but yeah. So, yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. Now, what's going on here is we pretty much beat up the base already, but I'm allowing these guys to do this because, well, we're hoping to damage his supply as well. And we're bombing. We did the bombardment. Pardon me. Now we're bombing because it's one of those things where we're going to be doing a shock attack out of this island. So I need it to be easy to capture. Yeah, that's a shame. I thought it was going to sink without extra torpedoes. I won't, you know, these subs don't always use all of their ammunition before they have to get fuel. So I won't complain if he spends a few more torpedoes. Well, that's a nice counter bombardment. Yeah, that should do it. We capture it, I think. Yeah, they're all destroyed. I mean that was pretty bad. But he did have level 6, which is the max you can do on an atoll. And that was expected. I expected him to build these up. I've given him plenty of time to do so. Probably these are going to also be maxed out forts, but we'll give it the same level of overkill. I know that frustrates some, but we've got the troops and the ships in this theater, and I'm not in a rush to go after the Marianas or anything. So we'll just finish all this, probably bring over all these as soon as we get the last of these. I don't think we're gonna go for Wake, but we might. Historically, we didn't, but we don't have to play historically. Then there's Marcus. But I think what we're gonna do is we'll have up to Eniwetok and Taongi, I guess, and then we'll start bringing our troops like over here to kind of help the push in the up the up the gut, you could say. And as a reminder, this is to keep the supplies pinned down. It looks like we've got them beat up here. We may just go for another attack. Sooner than later. So, yeah. All right. Here's some reinforcements. Ooh, another one of those ARDs. Okay. Okay, this is another one of those reports that I'm gonna kind of speed through, and kind of the whole recap here. I'll try to be brief. I got this ASW squadron there in Western New Guinea is lost an air unit. Um, so we captured Roy Namur and Malloy Lab. Okay, some expansions, upgrades for Soviet. They won't come in to play for a while, but we'll keep them upgraded if we can. There we go. I wanted to see what's that bombardment group. Come on. All right, so what is okay? I think that's okay. That was weird. Okay, let's see what we got. Fourth. All right. I'll probably buy this. But in the meantime, let's just go ahead and let it learn how to bomb with a full complement. And I'm not gonna use up these bombers just yet. We'll let them. We'll let this just sit here and train. All right, let's take a look. 5 to 3. Expected when you're doing more than double the sorties. Dina, Sally, Jake. Okay, here's where we're having issues. 4 of our losses are air transports, and then we saw the loss of the PV-1. Okay, fun times. One killed, one wounded pilot, and he lost 3 ships, one of which is a 13 pointer. Um, yeah, okay. That could even carry oil. Anyway, that was worth the extra torpedoes. I'm okay with that. Well, let me look at this real quick and see if something stands out. Um, feel free to peruse at your leisure. Okay. Now I'm gonna kind of go quick here. So we took this base. I have to unload supplies, but also as we finish unloading, we will pick up troops that um, don't need to be there. Filled up the that filled up the they're filling up this troop capacity a little bit too much. Um, and then we got Watcha on the agenda and Majuro, and I don't even know if he has troops here. Right now, the next target is Watcha, so we're just reconning that. I'm not worried about that right now. Uh, as we get close to invading this, I'll probably start looking at that to see where we're at. And then truck we're gonna bypass. There's just no way we're gonna be able to take on all that. But we got here. This is my next. All right, I'm gonna jump over here real quick one more time because one of the things I'm waiting for are these four ships to be done upgrading. I thought they were all at 2%. So, sorry, I see the percent sign. I thought they were all at 2 days. Yesterday. So this is kind of disappointing. It may or I may have misunderstood that, but in any case, in 2 days, we hopefully have all four of these carriers. We can get our fleet carriers back into action in the in this theater, and I would love to invade this. Then I can peel him away. He won't spot me if we go back down this way, and then do kind of a wide run up. He shouldn't have subs out here anymore, but I don't care if he does, because this time we're just going to beeline here and basically just come straight at it and hit this with all we can. Just a ton of air power. And I'm hoping to see if I can get some air units in here. At least heavy bombers to disperse some of this cap. Um, I may do some night bombing again here, but it looks like he pulled some fighters off. Anyway, we got our work cut out for us. And I'm jumping up here already because, we're just kind of, well, I will come back down here real quick because I forgot about this. So, Surabaya, we've been bombing, and we got the oil basically wiped out, and the light industry actually is pretty damaged. So, I'm not sure I'm going to worry too much about this. Um, but yeah, I'll look for another target, maybe Terracan. All right, now we can come up here. And I think I might attack now. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot here. Um, and I'm gonna set even the dive bombers to bomb the troops this time. Try to bomb like with everything we got to really knock him out. And when we attacked last time, I think we had spread out our bombers, but now we can use like even the heavies, everything, just focus on these two units, try to smash them. Now, wait a minute. Let me rethink this because now that I think about it, I had an idea. Um, all right, I'll probably also bombard with some infantry, but anyway, I think I had an idea that I wanted my ground troops here so that when he retreats, he has to retreat a different place. Or is that kind of like, or is it better to, if he'll probably retreat this way anyway, because they're going to go to their closest supply source, which is going to be one of these two directions. It's possible he'll go this way. No, it won't because I have this X side. So he'll probably go this way, and he probably won't even go that way. So we'll just attack. And like I said, we'll make sure we get some bombers in here. And then once we do that, clear that, I'm going to follow him in here. I'm tempted to. It'd be interesting to have a guy chase him in. Um, this seems weak. We'll do reserve pursuit. And and then if with all the rest of this assault value, if we kick him out and our infantry may follow him in, it may not because it's just such a rugged terrain. It may not let us advance that quickly. Um, in which case, I'm going to want to stop that from running because otherwise, this assault value of 33 will shock attack across that river, and that's not ideal either. Well, there you go. Got some movement going on here. He is, you can see him trying to move this way, but I believe we will open up this road and return in time to block him from doing this crossing. And also, um, I've got something moving very slowly this way, so who knows how that'll play out. Anyway, that's enough of that. I will show you our supply situation here. 6,000. We're holding steady. I'm still flying supplies in by air, trying to bring them in by sub. So yeah. And then we're holding the line here so far. And for some reason, he has not defeated us here. Now I'm rolling the dice here. I've got a lot of Chinese troops, so I'm willing to let these keep rebuilding if possible. And they may not be. But if he destroys us, then that's fine. But for every day that we get salt value back in here, it's just harder for him to push us out. Well, my voice is giving out on me. I'm going to let you go, and I'll be back for the 23rd. Thanks. Bye.